Hi guys, my name's Stephanie. I'm a canine psychologist from People and Dogs Sorted, and I want to ask you a question. Does your dog get crazy excited when you do this? Or this? If the answer to that question is yes, then stay tuned because I'm going to give you my 3 top tips for keeping your dog calm before going for a walk. Roll the titles. So let's make one thing very clear here. We're not saying that dogs getting excited is a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, it's a wonderful thing. We want our dogs to be animated and fun, and we want them to play and run around and get excited. We want that, okay? But what we want to do is teach them the times that they should do that and the times when it's less appropriate. Now, when you've got a dog the size of this one, he is by no means the biggest dog out there. But if he gets really stupid and excited, furniture gets relocated fairly efficiently. Wouldn't you say, Fluff? Yes. So it's important that when we're in the house, that he's nice and calm and chilled out. Now, as it happens, we're out in the garden today and he's very happy. As you can see, he's pretty happy to just sit here and chill with us today. But in order to have your dogs be able to control themselves, you need to be able to give them access to those exciting times. We need to channel that behavior into a game or an activity, give them a reason to be excited so that it's easier for them to then control themselves when you ask them to calm down. Think of a child sitting through a 4-hour maths lesson. If we don't give them the opportunity to get outside and run around, then they're just going to be a nightmare. They can't concentrate that long. They can't hold it in that long. It's unreasonable to ask them to do it. Yeah, same thing with dogs. Now, the trick is that when you're going to go for a walk with your dog, obviously they have not yet burned off this energy. So if you're going to be doing a controlled lead walk where you're asking them to hold that sort of excitement in, I would say take them out in the garden, give them a really good run around first, so that you are better able to help them to calm down for the times when you need them to be more under control. Tip number 1. When we're talking about being calm and in control, I'm not talking about being calm and in control of your dog. No, I'm talking about you being calm and in control of yourself. If we're expecting our dogs to be calm and in control of their emotions, then we have to show them how to do that. If we can't control ourselves, then we haven't got a hope of being able to help them control themselves. If you are frustrated, if you are rushed, if you are a little anxious about what you're doing, if you are tired after a very, very long day, what was it? All of those things can mean that we are less in control of our emotions. And that doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help us and it doesn't help our dogs either. We need to remain calm and in control of ourselves so that we can then help our dogs to control their energy. Tip number 2. So think of the normal routine that you go through when you leave the house. Okay, now if it is grabbing the lead that triggers the whole situation, then a really good idea is to leave the lead out, always on display, right? So they always have sight of it. And the idea is that every single time you walk past, you pick it up, you put it down. Yeah, you pick it up, you carry it across the kitchen, you put it down somewhere else. Okay, just be aware of where you put it, right? Losing the lead is it's not advantageous to what we're doing. So the idea is that you're breaking the routine. So picking up the lead doesn't automatically mean going for a walk. Okay, we are creatures of habit. We do things in the same ways all the time, and our dogs are smart. They pick that up. They know exactly what you're going to do. So in order to help them to not get excited immediately when they think that trigger has happened, we're going to break the routine. Put your shoes on 10 minutes before you want to go out. So you put your shoes on and then you sit down and read a book. Yeah. Put your shoes on, put your coat on, and then sit down for a minute. So that you're not doing the same things every single time. So breaking that routine keeps your dog on their toes a little bit, because they have to then see, well, are we going out or are we not going out? Tip number 3. Tip number 3 is all about calm communication. This also comes back to that first tip of staying calm and in control of yourself. When they are completely crazy, we want to keep our communication minimal because we don't want to put too much in. The more you give them, the more they have, right? So the more communication that you give them, the more energy you put in, the more energy they're going to have. From the top then. First and foremost, we want to give our dogs the opportunity to burn off their energy. All right, getting excited is not wrong, and we don't want to tell our dogs that they're not allowed to get excited. We just want to give them really good ways of getting excited, and in the house just before we're about to go for a walk is not the right time. Tip number 1 is to make sure that you are calm and in control of yourself. Are you in the right state of mind for this? Are you ready for that battle that's about to happen? All right, staying calm and in control of yourself helps your dog to be able to control themselves. You're setting the expectation. Tip number 2 is break the routine. Don't let your dog know what you're going to do, okay? Put your shoes on, go and sit down, have a cup of tea, right? Pick the lead up, put it in your pocket, go and sit down. So that it's never a continuous cycle of events. And tip number 3, making sure that our communication is short, is simple, it's clear, but ultimately we need to make sure that it is both calm and consistent. If your dog is bouncing off the walls, there's no point in telling them to sit. They're not listening. Okay, that's the time to click the lead on and keep them still. Calmly, calm down. So guys, I hope this has been helpful. I hope it's given you something to try out for yourselves. If you like what I've talked about today, please remember to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would love to see you guys back here again. As always, it's wonderful to see you. A big thank you as well to my patrons, my wonderful patrons. Here they are, fantastic people. We love you guys. I would not be here without you, seriously. Thank you so much for your support. And if you would like to become a patron, please consider following the link down below to become a PADS patron and help support me in making these videos. For now, guys, take care, and I'll see you very soon.